He said, wait till you check out the show. Wait till you check out who I interviewed. And he was telling me about it. Now, how hot do I consider Mike McCarthy's seat? I will call it a mild simmer right now going on. That's about what's going on right now. And because we like to do this at Dak, and we like to do this to Mike McCarthy too. Let's talk about this. Mike McCarthy was with the Packers. Mm-hmm. His record at the Packers 125-77. That's 618 winning percentage.
Very good career.
That's a good career there. Then he goes to the Cowboys 5 years, 42-25. That's 627.
Very great career.
That's a winner.
Ooh, put them together.
Overall, 18 years, 167, 102-2. That's a 620 winning percentage. He's a winning coach.
Yes.
He's a winning coach. Where he has faltered, and the issue is, it's the same place where Dak has faltered. He's 11-11 in playoffs. Dak's 2-5, and that's where these things have to change. So when I say a mild simmer, will he get? He won't get cut. He's not going to get fired during the season. We'll be here. He'll be here because the test is really going to come where he has that 11-11 record. That's the key right there. He'll get through this season, but he has to get through that playoff. And I'm not just talking about one playoff win. You got to get to a championship game before we start bringing them questions back up about Deion Sanders.
I really like Mike McCarthy.
I like him too.
I think Mike McCarthy gets way too much
Yes, he does.
Heat. I don't think he should be on the hot seat at all. I think he's done a tremendous job in Dallas. And he's a Super Bowl winning head coach, which are hard to come by.
Super Bowl winning head coach.
And that's why I have to give numbers, because when these guys get it, oh my God, I got to try to go in on give people some context.
Give them some context,
this is about no numbers. Paul is right, though. This is really about Jerry.
This is about Jerry Jones.
I also don't like having coaches on expiring deals.
What is he on?
He's on an expiring deal.
Oh, is it? When is it going to expire?
This year.
Well, go on, Joe.
I was saying I don't like it because I don't like people coaching for right now. As a head coach, I think you have to prepare for the future while you focus on right now. And if you are put in a position where you're coaching for your job, you're going to make different decisions that may end up harming the team in the future because you're making decisions for right now. So I don't think it's good business to put people in that position. I don't think Mike McCarthy should be in that position. I think he's a winning coach. And we can derail this entire conversation into coaches, but I don't like shifting coaches around all the time. I think the coaching carousel is really crazy. They don't give people enough time to establish a culture. When they do get a culture, they start panicking. He's a winning head coach. Yep. He's a good leader, and he put Dak in position to have the best year of his entire career last year. Yep. Offensively, he's an All-Pro and an MVP finalist. So to me, I think the entire conversation about Mike McCarthy is crazy.
Number one POTUS. If I said 33 hardest jobs, number one to be POTUS, but 2 to 33 gonna all be NFL head coaches. Most pressured job. Most pressured job. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pressure is a part of the job.
Yes.
That's just the reality of it. So yes, he has to feel pressure. I don't care if he got a 1-year deal or a 4-year deal. You got to feel pressure in this league every year.
That man got a hibachi Benihana table seat. That man ain't gonna be able to sit down. That man he got a hibachi Benihana table seat. Listen, this ain't about it. I understand the numbers. 66% win percentage over here. Did this in Green Bay and Dallas and 11-11 in the playoffs. What did they bring him over here to do in Dallas?
Get him to the Super Bowl.
Get him to the Super Bowl, right?
Or at least get him to the NFC Championship game.
Has he done either of those?
Nada.
No.
Nada. And how many years he's been over there now?
This is 5.
5 years. And Key, what do you predict their record in the first 7 games?
I got him at, let me see, hold on.
2-5, 3-6?
Yeah, 2-5. That's just a prediction, though. That's just a prediction. I could be wrong.
When he
no, it's okay, Michael.
Hey, look, in week 7, when he sit down, I'm going to throw some shrimp, some fried rice on there.
Well, I mean, if Key is right, yes, you will be able to cook an entire meal on that seat. Just like you can on these LA streets today.
Joy, you asked me.
How high is the seat?
You said that you don't like coaches being fired and this and that. I'm not fired, but not on expiring contracts.
I don't like
having
having people on expiring contracts.
Yeah, because it's unfair to him. It's unfair.
No, I just don't think it's good business. I don't think it's good business to have people in positions where they're making decisions only for right now, not the head coach, because you have to make decisions for now and for next year. And right now, you're only coaching for your job for right now, for in the moment.
And who makes that decision? The owner, right?
Yeah.
Jerry made that
Jones.
decision. Because Jerry don't value him the same way you value him. That's why he has 1 year. And I love you to death. You love me, Michael?
I love you, man.
So stop lying to me right now in front of all these people. Sitting here telling me.
Lying?
You just said you just told me
His seat is lukewarm.
it's simmering.
It's mild.
That means all the way down. That means
simmering.
all the way. You know that big old range you got
Simmer is the lowest you can get.
mild.
Yeah, that big old
I put
range.
mild in front of that. I put mild before I put simmer.
So that's really light.
Right.
That's really light. It's that big range you got at home.
I don't
Turn it
know
all the way
what
down.
You can't cook nothing that simmer.
The
No, you
man
can't.
and
No,
he's
but
not
hold on.
cooking. That's
But-
right. You're
but
right.
Mike-
He's not cooking.
Yeah, he cooking.
We're
His
warming
record,
him up.
his
Now,
record speaks for itself.
That's all I'm saying.
No, his record
But
speaks for
the playoff
itself.
record. So what I'm telling you guys is this will be determined
Have
in
you-
the playoffs.
Michael,
So all of
Michael?
that you guys are trying to say about you can get fired here. No, this will be determined in the
Ain't nobody
playoffs.
new fired there. What are you
He's
talking
going
about?
to be. This will be determined in the playoffs.
It's all about the playoffs, right?
Yes.
That's what it's going to be about. She asked about the seat. The seat, and he ain't got no seat because he's standing. If he sit his ass down, it's going to stick to his buns. It's burning up, flaming. You know why?
I got these shrimp ready. I got this
Okay,
fried
so then
rice.
you say him and Dak. You say him and Dak is in the same situation, basically, right?
Right. They got to get better in the playoffs. They have to get a better.
So they
percentage
basically are in the same
That's-
situation.
Right. So you're agreeing with me that this thing's going to go to the playoffs.
They're not in the same
Then
situation.
He can't be in a burning seat.
They not
a
in the
burning
same.
seat said I may lose it in the first quarter of the season.
Michael,
He in the burning
they're
seat.
not in the same situation. And the reason they're not in the same situation, because there's constant dialogue going on, as you know, with the quarterback on an extension. There ain't no dialogue going on with no Mike McCarthy on no extension. Okay? That's why we having a conversation. So they're not in the same situation. The owner said, hey, we ain't even thinking about no extension for you right now. You got to prove yourself as a head coach to get us where we want to go. Now let's turn to the schedule.
So now you saying
let's turn-
Jerry does want Dak. Now before y'all was saying Jerry don't want Dak, why you put him through all of this?
No,
Now
I
you
ain't
saying he does.
I ain't never said he didn't
I
want him.
know.
Dak
Hey,
and
man,
I ain't never said he didn't
I'm
want him.
getting
futures
confused.
are tied together.
I'm getting confused.
No, they not. He's
Yes, they
talking
is.
to Dak about a contract. He may pull it off the table or he might extend it. That's not the conversation right now. The conversation is Mike McCarthy and his job. Now you talk about the schedule in the playoffs. You got to win enough games to get into the playoffs to even have a chance to go to the NFC Championship game to get a third, a fourth Super Bowl, a fifth Super Bowl, sixth Super. You can't even do it. You're going to lose to Cleveland in week one. You now got New Orleans that you'll probably beat. You got to go to Baltimore. We saw Baltimore play last night. We know that's going to be legit. You're going to lose to them. You can beat the Giants. You're going to lose to Pittsburgh at Pittsburgh. Detroit going to pop you. You get a bye. At that point, Mike Zimmer, come on with us, man.
He is not. You
I'm
really
just-
believe that Jerry Jones is going to fire Mike McCarthy midseason?
No, he doesn't.
I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it, Michael. You don't want to believe
It's
it.
hyperbole.
No, you don't want to believe it. The reason you don't want to believe it, the reason you don't want to believe it, because he only did it one time to Wade Phillips when Wade Phillips was 1-7. What I just gave you ain't
Now,
far
Mike
from
McCarthy come
1-7.
out 1-7. Then that's a
No.
He
You ain't
come
gonna
up
get.
1-7.
You ain't gonna get to 7, even get to 8. That's all I'm trying to tell you. If I'm looking at this,
You got to
correct.
get in the lane, man. You're all
so
over the
lost.
track.
How
You got to
am
get in one
how
lane.
am
You're
I
all over the track.
place?
Be all
Tell
over
me.
the track. You're
I ain't even gonna get there.
Okay, let's say your prediction is correct. So you're saying that they're going to be what?
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You 2 and 4 before the bye.
Before the bye.
Before the bye, then guess where you go? You go to Bosa and Purdy and Debo and Ayuk and McCaffrey. So Jerry Jones gonna go back to Dallas at 2 and 6 and play Atlanta? Actually, he got to go to Atlanta.
So you all of that to say at 2-6 he's going to be fired. That's what your predictions are.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm
let's
gonna
leave
stick with that prediction. I ain't gonna change it.
You ain't gonna convince nobody here, and you certainly ain't confusing anybody. Well, you're confusing me, but that's okay. That's all. We just leave it right there. Right there. 2-6, and he getting fired. That's what he said, and we'll check that. Y'all hold on to those receipts. Hold on to those receipts.
So if you 2-6, he gonna keep me? So you 2-6?
We ain't got to have that discussion here.
Why?
Jerry Jones will have it with him at 2-6 if they get to 2-6.
At 2-6.
Keep his receipts.
We
keep the receipt.
2-6.
Keep the receipt.
Oh, I'm the Dallas Cowboys.
At 2-4, whatever you say. Whatever you say, we're gonna see.
It's hard to imagine, but I do think he has a. I think he has a hot seat for the entirety of the season. I don't think they're going to be that bad.
I understand your loyalty.
No. I just want you to be right. I don't want you 6 weeks from now when I'm calling for that receipt to be saying, what happened was what. I'm just saying because I'm going to call for that receipt.
Are
in
you
6 weeks.
confident that the Cowboys are going to get the win on Sunday, Paul?
I'm not confident.
Oh, my goodness.
He over here convincing me. Don't
let me convince you.
He's saying it so loud and proud. It doesn't mean it's true now. It's just loud and proud.
I'm just telling you.
He scared me on that one.
Slow down. I just want you. Let me break it all the way down for you, Joy, because I can't. They go to Cleveland.
I'm picking the Cowboys.
Okay, but they go to Cleveland.
Now you got to try somebody else.
It's a very good team.
Cleveland is a good team. They have a good defense. I don't know necessarily what they're going to look like offensively yet. So
skip over New Orleans. We seen Baltimore.
I think they lose to Baltimore.
Okay, yes. They beat the Giants.
Okay, but for me, they're 3-1 when they get to Pittsburgh.
That's for you.
Yeah,
that's fine. I don't think they're going 3-1. Because I think they starting off.
So that opinion don't matter. Only what he extrapolates from you to make his point right. Then it matters. But whenever you don't agree, he wants to say, that's okay, don't worry about that. Don't even count that. You can't do an argument like that. That's all I'm saying.
You think they're going to be good then?
I don't think they'll be as good as they were last year. I don't think Dak is going to have the exact same numbers as last year. I think they take a slight step back. I still think that they make the playoffs. I think the Eagles win the division. I think they make the playoffs, and we'll see what happens in the playoffs. As far as Mike McCarthy
and the first 6 games,
it is, but I just don't think that they're.
It's a gauntlet, dude.
It's a good schedule.
Okay. Last year, the Dallas Cowboys go on the road. Mm-hmm. They can't beat a team over 500.
Okay.
Then they finally, don't look at me, I smell you and I feel you. You know I'm telling the truth.
Listening, man.
They couldn't beat a team over 500.
You got them winning 10
but
games.
But looking at the schedule just up into the right after the bye, right? If they beat the teams that they should beat, right? Hypothetically, they beat the Saints, they beat the Giants, they beat the Steelers, based off of what they were last year.
Go.
So I think, let's just say we'll leave week 1 up. We don't know.
Okay.
It can go either way.
I know, but okay.
So, okay, but let's say it goes either way, right? That could be the difference maker, really.
Okay.
Because if you're expecting them to lose to the Ravens, you're expecting them to lose to the Lions, you're expecting them to lose to the San Francisco 49ers, they're going to be even there depending on how this game 1 goes.
So you want them to be 3-3, right?
But it depends on how Cleveland goes.
Okay.
So really this game is actually very big if you're thinking that all the other games are lost.
I think it's Cleveland. And I want to ask you another question. Mr. Irvin, you've been on a team that had, because we all have, lousy coaches to the point where everybody already knew. You ain't never been on an expiring contract coach, okay? But you knew a coach was probably going to be gone. When you have an expiring coach, and if it's predictions, my predictions are right, or even close to being right, no matter what anybody says, that locker room starts to fall apart. Because they know he getting ready to be pushed out.
But the locker room's not in that space right now.
No, not today. I'm just telling you if it goes the way that I think it's going to go.
Well, yeah. I mean, if they start 2-6, the vibes are going to be low.
You already, come on now, man.
He over here just like, he's just come up with his own stories.
I didn't come up with nothing.
But you got to ask him this.
Do they win against Cleveland?
What's that?
Do they win against Cleveland?
I got them winning against Cleveland. Now, here.
Myles Garrett, who's going to block him?
What I would have been worried about if Nick Chubb was back and that run game for Cleveland was pounding again, because that's been the Achilles heels for Dallas for a while. Now, Mike Zimmer's in now, and I know he's going to try to shore up that 14th ranked defense they had last year, and try to make sure that 14th ranked rush defense anyway that they had to make sure that doesn't happen. But I think they beat Cleveland. I am worried about Amari Cooper, though. I am worried about him because we got DeRon Bland being out Trayvon Diggs, if he follows him, it'll shut it down. But I am going to work.